Paul Pogba got involved on Instagram stories simply saying Griezmann Kante.
But what Paul Pogba actually means there is I don't do that kind of work and I'm playing deeper than him, so I don't know how he's getting through that as well.
Antoine Griezmann was brilliant in the midfield for France again, Andy. One of the players of the tournament.
You said Andy, but you looked at me.
I did.
What do you want?
Luke.
Okay, fine.
Sorry.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll always, you don't need to ask me twice.
That was odd, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit odd, yeah. But he's been outstanding the whole tournament,
Yeah.
and a lot's been made of the kind of slightly changed role he's performed. He's certainly done the work of a number of men because he's had to. And it's been devastatingly effective. And you can't take your eyes off him if you're a opposition player for a second because he can pop up anywhere. He's obviously technically very good.
Defending as well. I mean, Paul Pogba got involved on Instagram stories simply saying Griezmann Kante.
Yeah.
I would like a bit more of a Antonio Conte.
Yeah.
He's not a listener, is he?
Yeah.
It never strikes me as one. Andy.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
a talker.
If he has been a listener, I can fully understand why he might have switched off, particularly on the Graham Souness episode.
Yes.
But what Paul Pogba actually means there is I don't do that kind of work and I'm playing deeper than him, so I don't know how he's getting through that as well. But yeah, you did see him pop up making a couple of interventions in his own half and in his own in his own third as well. And it's just part of what he brings. And Andy said he was an exponent of the Cholissimo. Now, I know what that means. A lot of people listening won't know what it means. Andy said, why don't you explain it?
Dig in, ball's not important.
Yeah.
Just keep shape and work your bollocks off, basically.
But he does treat the ball as important when he's got it as well. So he's got both sides of the of the ball.
Yes, he has. I mean, that is the remarkable thing about him. If you look through his career, starts off as a left winger, then goes to being a right winger, then centre forward, both first and second, number 10, then this box-to-box version.
A proper goal scoring centre forward as well.
Yeah, I mean, yes, absolutely. And there's this idea, and I saw it actually floated on Spanish television yesterday again, that, Diego Simeone has shaped him into... Look, they're kindred spirits. There's no doubt about that, Griezmann and Simeone. But Griezmann was Simeone ready when he arrived at Atletico, which very few players are, because he's like, not only am I happy with doing the unreasonable amount of work that you're asking me to do, I want to see that and raise it a little bit more. And you see that, when he's like picking up the pieces in his own penalty box last night. It's extraordinary. And yet, he creates so many chances in the final third as well.
Yeah, no one's created more chances than him in the World Cup.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I think the really interesting thing with him and with Lloris, who you were talking about before, who's had a great World Cup, and Giroud as well, that experience, I think, makes a massive difference, because there's a lot of talk about what France aren't in this World Cup, and people feel they should be a bit more front foot with the players they've got. Firstly, Deschamps is not about that at all.
No.
And we've known that from the last World Cup, or we should know that from the last World Cup. The other thing is, the amount of injuries they've had, and I realise Morocco had a few weary legs and then some coming into this semi-final, they would cause most teams to totally unravel. You look at the players who were out before the World Cup and how they have to reshape around this very inexperienced midfield, and that is the reason that Griezmann is there in the first place. Then you look on the eve of this, even Upamecano and Rabiot go down because of the air conditioning, would you believe? They get ill from the air conditioning.
What do you mean by that?
What do I mean
How
by
do
what?
they get ill by the air conditioning?
I think Andy's trying to peddle a little conspiracy theory.
I'll do as well. Get your
Oh no, we'll go
tinfoil
on to
hat
that in a second. We'll go on to that in a second.
Letitia over here. What do you mean? You can't just.
I wish I was that good at penalties.
Yeah, but you can't just say the air conditioning made the meal and not explain.
Stay away for that air conditioning.
Yeah,
that's like boxers in Vegas.
Right.
They've got really heavy colds / flu, and the French team believe it's from the frequent air conditioning.
Huh?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There we are. All right.
Going from cold to hot all the time.
Yeah. But anyway, they lose two, especially Rabiot, very, very important players on the.
Why is Rabiot's mum not looking after him anymore?
Yeah,
I know.
She come round and give him a little
hot toddy,
lick wash or a hot toddy. Yeah, exactly.
Put her on the dials, the air conditioning dials.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you go back to right at the beginning where they concede that crappy goal to Australia and Luca Hernandez's tournament is over just on the spot. And as we said, he's one of the most influential players. There are so many points at which this could unravel, and yet they hold on to it.
Yeah.
And when you talk about champions and, knowing how to win and all that sort of thing, those are all the things that make you think that they do know. You look at Kolo Muani coming on and scoring a goal, which is a wonderful story in itself. He's had a very good club season. There is no way he is anywhere near this squad, good player as he is, if they haven't had a shitload of injuries. And here he is scoring in a World Cup semi-final.